people out there. Another active cyclone system developing in the world's oceans. Of course, we're going to get into the 180 theory. Here's the 180 theory right here. Right here, this is it. Do something on this side of the earth, and on this side of the earth, you have an equal and exact reaction. So, kind of like the proverbial arrow right through the planet Earth. And that's going through Giza and through the Hawaiian hotspot. The ancient brilliant minds set that up as the relief valve for planet Earth. Alright, let's get right into it. You've probably seen my other videos. Humberto out in the Atlantic, Cat 3. She's just a fish storm. And the ones that we're concerned with right now is Jerry. Jerry's down here. Just got named a tropical storm a couple of days ago. And it aligns with an unnamed tropical storm in the Western Pacific right here. So I'd imagine it'll be getting a name pretty soon because she's tightening up. You can see an eye wall developing quite clearly. It actually looks even more intense than Jerry. So I don't know, let's get this storm name going and move on. So these two are going to lock in with each other and allow Jerry and the unnamed one to develop into probably a larger category hurricane, category 1 through 5. Who knows? Things are cooling off down there, but there's still a lot of heat down here. This one, Humberto, is actually in alignment with Afghanistan, somewhere in Afghanistan. Let me see. Probably don't have my geography correct here, but it's right down in here. So it's like the Himalayas, Afghanistan. So when it's lined up with land, okay, when these massive, it's a Cat 3 hurricane right now. And if you go to my early videos, I get into the equation that actually displaces the gravitational field on the planet. So gravity, unbeknownst to everybody on the planet, has a self-balancing mechanism in it. That's why everything in the world, in the universe, is round, spherical, and things of that nature. So, anyways, without too much more rambling on, this one's actually aligned right in this geographical location. All right. Now, that all being said, this alignment will trigger seismic activity. Okay. In that region. So if we go to the seismic map, we can see right above India, right up in there, it's like the Himalayas, Afghanistan, Tibet. You'll see there's a lot of activity going on underneath that plate. And it's possible, it's definitely possible that this displacement, massive displacement by Humberto, is triggering earthquake activity in this general vicinity. I think I might be off. I think that's India. Let me go back to that. What are you gonna do? Yeah, somewhere in this region right here, actually. So that'd be Sichuan, China. Ooh, Sichuan. Sichuan, China. That's kind of where the Xi'an pyramids are. Anyways, in that general vicinity, I think maybe Xi'an's over here a little bit, but anyways, not to confuse anybody, but just wanted to get into this. And this is the tropical storm, which will be a typhoon right here in the Western Pacific that I just showed you earlier. Now this is Jerry. Should be turning into a hurricane shortly. And it's possible it'll roll out. It'll be a fish storm. But it all depends on the location of the unnamed storm right here. Let me spin this around so you can get a better look at it. Alright, let's see. Let's spin this around. That's where the arrow comes out. Comes right in the Hawaiian hotspot, straight through from Giza on my my mock setup here. Now you can see this is tightening up. Now what the mainstream weather forecast fail to incorporate into their forecasting models is the 180 theory. John Shaughnessy here, truly yours. The 180 theory I developed over the last 12 years studying pyramids, the moon, and obvious things out there that are obvious, repeatable, physical evidence that back up my theory 180%. No pun intended. So if this locks in, well, it is locking in. The both of them are locking in. It's going to give Jerry more time to grow. All right, so it's going to slow down. It's going to be cruising, very slowly, and it's going to really possibly develop into a larger hurricane, more than what they're forecasting right now. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll be eating crow, or they'll be eating crow. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But I think it's going to develop into a larger storm. But also, you got other factors with highs. In the Gulf, it could be will prevent it from coming on closer to land, making landfall in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. So we'll just wait and see how this develops. I'm going to keep you updated on what I'm talking about, what's going on. And again, it's the 180 theory that we are in concern with. This is, anything that happens on this side of the planet has a direct reaction to the opposite side of the planet, 180 degrees, okay? Now, you can see the latitudes are a little bit off, but it's because we're dealing with a soup sandwich. The Earth is a, living entity, living, breathing, spiritual being. And, it's not going to be perfect straight across. Although, sometimes it is perfectly same latitude from one side to the other side of the planet. But that all being said, we're talking, this is set up, this actual pyramid alignment with the Hawaiian hotspot was actually set up to maintain, control a magma current and create a constant erupting volcano out in the Pacific, which is, in essence, the relief valve for that part of the planet for high pressure magma currents and activity. So, and for the most part, you'll see these particular alignments get very active when you have the external forces in alignment. Okay, with these guys. All right, see these things right here? These are planets. And when these planets are in alignment, especially like this, this is the strongest alignment you could have on Earth, third rock from the sun. Okay, so when these things all come into alignment, and with the moon's the portal, really. It's the biggest gravitational magnifier. Okay, it magnifies the gravitational effect from both outside the asteroid belt and inside the asteroid belt. Coupled with the sun. These things have a big play in what's going on, and they do create these external forces that do impact the volcanism on the planet, plate tectonics, and all sorts of other things. But again, it is the moon right here, people, that is the biggest gravitational multiplier on the planet. All right, I think I've said enough. Just wanted to drop some information on what's developing out there, and we'll see. We'll just see it come into play. Again, it all depends on that tropical storm out there in the Western Pacific, whether or not Jerry gets any more power. All right, peace out, people. I'm getting some videos together here. Just gotta get the PowerPoint straightened out, and then we can move on.